Good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 26 of Pyanodons, and we have a hell of a show tonight. From reputable sources, the rocket silo is complete. This is great news. And also from reputable sources, rocket is being built. And at last check, maybe 10 minutes ago, it was sat at 61% complete. So this is incredibly good news. This means we are fast approaching rocket launch time, which I know isn't end game, but it's still a hell of a step towards the end game. It's what some would consider the end game of a normal sort of vanilla playthrough. So a rocket launch is always a big step no matter how you look at it. So let's just get into a quiet area and see if we can find the actual silo. Right, has it been labelled is the question. I don't know where it's been put. We may have to look for it in the... Good evening bit, how are we doing? Do you know where the rocket silo is by any chance? So you're on the server. I'm looking for the rocket silo. Ah. Oh, it's there. It has been labelled up and marked nicely. Oh, look at this. It's been beaconed up as well. Akram is a legend. Look at that. What a beautiful sight that is. Let's go and take a closer look. Where's that then? That is pretty much dead centre of the map. So let's get the old dragon out. Be the dragon. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, I can see you on the map bit. That's cool. No worries. You have a chatting stream or in game, whatever's easy for you, mate. I'm hopefully on my way to the rocket. Yeah, I can see you've been busy with these lakes. Wow, look at all that real estate we've got now to build on. Beautiful. That should help when I spend the next hour building something for one item, no doubt. Let's get all the way over to the rocket. Here we go. Look at that beautiful sight in the middle there. Okay, let's see. How do you set this up? So you set up 2 inputs at the top, plenty of fuel and RCUs. So it looks like it is the low density structures, and we're at 70%. Wow. 70% already. Okay, so we just need low density structures. So where are they being made? Check logistics first. Yep, they're massively down. Check on here. Making 8, consuming 10. There's a very, very slow process. So a bit, do you happen to know where the low density structures are being made? Or shall I just beast find them? Oh, I can. What's going on? Nothing's responding. Can't open the beast finder search. Oh no, I think I'm having one of those moments where the connection decides, yeah, nah. I've done it for quite a few nights. I've had quite a good run. Oh no, servers chucked me off. I'm not surprised. I think I just had a massive blip. Fun times, fun times. Yeah, I think my bitrate just took a massive tank to nothing. Give it a second to catch up with itself. I haven't done this for ages. And we get quite a clean stream for the last sort of couple of weeks, I'd say. It's the first time it's had a proper wobble in a while. I don't know what's happening now. Internet's still working. Getting all sorts of errors. The old stream seems to be failing badly. Oh dear, OBS disconnected. Let's see. Is it back up and running yet? Fingers crossed that comes back up in a sec. Wow, it is struggling hard tonight. That is really odd. Do a few checks across my different sources just in case I've got another issue I'm unaware of. But as far as I know, no, everything's good on that front. Yep, everything's good on that one. There's nothing untoward going on that I can see. Just having a proper wobble tonight, trying to output the stream. It's a bit annoying. Don't want to spend half this bloody stream sorting out a connection issue. That's no fun. I think the stream is running. Bitrate seems to be on its way back up. God, 15% drop frames for the network. Yep, I don't know what's caused that tonight, but my connection has just had an absolute died a death there by the look of it. Seems to be stabilising again now. Just wait for the server to catch up now and I'll be all good. So, whilst we wait, the intention tonight is pretty much to get some Pyanodons sorted, have a look at this setup. What do we need to help get the rocket launched? I think we need a satellite, which apparently is, I don't know if I can look, can I do anything whilst I'm loading? No, nothing. But apparently a satellite is a real big deal to make. And we need a satellite in there to obviously make the rocket launch worth it. Though I believe you can send dingrits or digrits. Dingrits sounds right. You can send those into space for something as well. That's interesting. I'll have to have a look at what we need for those bits. Research forced workout shift. That's the next research that's going. That should be done in a little while. I mean, in the meantime, at least we can help maybe boost the low density structures, because I'm going to guess they need a bit of TLC for going a bit quicker. Yeah, we're nearly caught up. 2000 of all science, so it's going to be utility science that holds that up then, isn't it? Because that was the problem. Everything else I think is absolutely fine. Oh, there you go, the stream elements bot's back in the channel. It must be stabilised enough. Yeah, 2000 utility science is going to be a bit of a slow enough getting the silo built, let alone doing another 2000. But yeah, first half of the stream I intend to do some Pyanodons. Second half I intend to do a couple of speed runs on the There Is No Steel Axe run. I've been doing quite a bit of research today on the old videos and world record and making some notes. So fingers crossed I've got a bit more time to save there. Go up another space or two on the leaderboard. I'm now ranked 8th in the world, and I'm the fastest UK runner. I'm the only UK runner still, but it makes me the fastest. I'm still having it. There we go. Right, the server appears to be okay again. Appear to be back up and running. It's at 74%. Wow, so it's actually jumped up a few percent in that short time. It's actually going quite quick in comparison. Here we go, this is now working. Let's zoom out, let's clear anything I've already got, and search. Here we go. Ah, okay, it's literally just here. So, Akram set up a few, but they appear to be missing metallic glass. Yeah, metallic glass across the board. He's put prod 3s in them as well to get some good run up, but metallic glass is an absolute killer. Okay, and that's metallic glass above that, which is producing... Ah, look at that, it's paramagnetic material. And I was making that the last time I was on. Oh, in fact, he's not set this one up. Oh, yeah, he set it up there. Yeah, paramagnetic material. And if I'm not mistaken, that is exactly what I was setting up all the way out here. Yeah, I set this one up to produce that. What are they missing? Oh, it was the blood, wasn't it? It was just a throughput of that, to be fair. Yeah, it was meat into blood with everything else to make the magnetic stuff. There's not really much of an easier way to make it, I don't think. Let's have a look on... Oh, here it is, FNEI. Yeah, there's only one way, and it's from that, and that's the myoglobin, which, yeah, we were doing from meat, urea, powdered phosphate. Oh, hang on a minute, that's a different recipe. A gene lab, that was a research centre. Ah. How much meat do we have floating around? Is that... Oh, no, no, there it is. There it is. No, it's in here. Gene lab. I was onto a winner there. So that's got everything it needs. Apart from the cyanic acid, that's what's letting that down. Yeah, cyanic acid. Okay, let's see. Is there an easy way of making that? Ammonia, methane, coal for 100 meat. Urea, no. Oh, good old tholins. Tholin plant, yes please. Okay. Let's go make this over here somewhere. Let's go... Yeah, one more square over. Let's use this run here. This would be nice because it's just literally tholins, so... Makes sense to be, Right, so we want tholins extractors. I can never remember. Yes, tholins come out of the extractors here. 1, 2, 3 of those. Start at the bottom, I think, this time. You put the tholins into a tholin plant. So, have we built one yet? There we go. Tholins extractor. Turn it that way. There. A bit of a wobble again. They're not sort of my connection tonight, but it's certainly not happy. I may end up just doing Pyanodons online and then having to go offline to do some speed runs, because streaming it may not end up being a very good option if it's lagging, but we shall see. Oh, I've got these in storage. This is great news. Right, how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. They produce 10 every 4 seconds, so we're getting 120 every 4 seconds. 120 every 4 seconds is 110, 55 a second. Okay, brilliant. Then we just need a Thorns plant. I could have done Mark IIs, couldn't I? Never mind. For the upgrade? Nope. I'm just thinking Mark IIs might be better. We'll see, we can always upgrade that when the time comes. Let's see, how many do we need? 50 tholins every 6 seconds, so this should provide quite a few of these. I put the input and output there. Set that to cyanic acid. So 50 every 6 seconds, and we're getting 55 a second. So you could run 6 plants off this with a bit spare. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have them? Yeah. Oh, look at the alerts! Wow, it's bio batteries, which is obvious because they're not on the network. And the mounted circuit substrates, which are a process of the bio batteries. Wow, the server has been running really well by the look of them. This is great news. Let's copy that. Okay, then we need to do the same on this one, but it's ever so slightly different. I know Dgray's streaming his playthrough this evening. He's getting worryingly close to us, I would say, which is quite interesting. The speed at which he's building stuff now is certainly starting to ramp up, I've noticed. I don't want him getting too far ahead. I think he's got a few weeks off at the minute, so he's making up for lost time. So he could very quickly catch up with us, which would be interesting. Right, there's the tholins. That just needs to come around. The corner. There we go. So all of them are outputting, and then these output 40 every 6 seconds. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 240 every 6 seconds. 40 a second. That's more than enough for an assembly machine to pick up. We can put that right there. Load cyanic. And then bung in and in and out. request chests and passively provide chests. Stick a power pole next to it and voila. Oh, hang on. Oh, come on. Dear me, I don't know what I did there with the copy paste, but it wasn't what I wanted. There we go. And then we just request in the barrels. Perfect. I reckon this could actually handle an extra one. Yeah. Seems overkill now, to be fair, given that. Right, does this take production modules or... Oh, going to be efficiency modules all the way again. Make sure I put efficiency in because otherwise the power could get unnecessarily affected due to the fact there's like a bajillion following machines here again. There we go, that's the cyanic acid made better, and then obviously this actual setup is enough to produce, let's see, what's that doing to the actual production of it. Yeah, we're now making 11k, we need 9.4, so we are making more than we need. Logistically though, is it keeping up? Technically no, but kind of. So that should improve this setup here now. That should start producing more, which means this should get more of that. I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 4 of them running here. Oh, Akron went mad on the meat, did he? Oh, he changed it to different things. Excellent, so the meat setup is hugely improved. Yeah, I'm just looking at the meat setup, Akron. Apart from the fact it's misaligned, I'll let that slide. My OCD is ticking, but it is fine. I can see you've made better improvements in the meat. Yeah, myoglobin was just held up by a cyanic. I've just sorted that, so it's now going properly. That one's running, that one's running, that one's running, and that one's running. Yeah, myoglobin is still massively out on logistics. Let's check. Oh god, yeah, well, yeah, we're literally using what we're making. But now the cyanic's flowing, it should be a little bit better. Hopefully, yeah, this is running. This pragmatic, is it pragmatic? Not pragmatic. Paramagnetic, or whatever it's called. These are running. Don't think we need much more of it. The neuro chips are all sorted. It's all backed up, so the stuff that's being made should just be used where it's needed now, which is obviously over here somewhere. There's the rocket, here's the rocket. So here. Yeah, these two are running now. I just wonder if a few more will start running. Yeah, it's better. We've got these two running. That one's running. Yeah, it's definitely. I've definitely sped it up ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Getting these running is just the hard part. Like I say, they're still waiting for the metallic glass. But obviously, that's waiting for the paramagnetic material, which we've just kind of improved slightly by making more cyanic acid. Still far from great though, but they are producing, so let's just check on the rocket. It was at 74%. 81, that's going pretty quick now. That's been, what, 20 minutes and it's gone from 70% to 82%. It's almost 1% a minute at this rate. I'm not worried about the rocket research at the minute. I think it's going at a reasonable rate for what we need. My next question is the satellite. I'm guessing we can't build that yet. That's research for the meat. That's good. Oh, we get better meat restaurant. Ah, that's pretty good. That's a good recipe. Scrubber mark 4s. There it is. There it is. That's the research. Do we queue it up for when this meat recipe finishes? Do we queue up the space science pack? No, the bottleneck is going to be utility science, isn't it? Clear favourite there. It's bound to be utility, isn't it? Yeah. So we need a bit more automation, but that's neither here nor there. That's on the way up. Utility is dead in the water. That honestly doesn't surprise me. It's the one we've been struggling with for, oh, wow, forever. Oh yeah, chemical science. You're not wrong. Where is chemical science? Might better work on that one. Utility is just going to have to be, well, is what it is at the minute. It's slow as hell to start with. Wow. It's been 10 hours ago since chemical science disappeared. Okay, let's have a little look on the map for... Oh, come on, seriously? I'll click the box. Chemical science. There. That's where it's being used. So if we head down and have a look at that, it's not too far to the south and right of us. Right. Good alien samples. Nothing in logistics. Oh, here comes Akram. Wow, again, good alien samples ran out somewhere. Okay, so that means we need to have a little look for that. See what. Yeah. Here we go. So that is north east of us, just along the train track. Let's have a look and see what's holding that up. And follow this this chain backwards and see if we can't figure out where the problem happens to be. There we go. Good alien samples. They are missing bio samples. Is that bio samples there? Nope. What do they look like? They look like... I don't even know what that is. Literally just an input from here. Oh, hang on. Oh no. Oh, the chest is requesting them. None in storage, none on the way. So bio samples. Have a little look, see what they look like. Okay, I obviously can't find that on FEMI. There it is. Oh, that's just a mining issue. We just need to mine some more biosamples to fix that initial problem. That's an easy fix for chemical short term anyway. If we do that, Akron, we can fix that and then we can look at redesigning it to make it a bit more, well, to make it better really. Just gotta find some, that is the question. I don't even know what colour they look like. I know we had some in the base. Isn't it multicoloured when you look up close? Looks like a multicoloured looking ore up close. Borax, copper. Oh, yeah. Oh, you found some Akron. Legend. Nice one. So I knew it had to be. Ah, it's like a pinky red colour. Excellent. Is there any more around us? Just thinking for future use, we could probably use more. Wow, I'm struggling to find any, and I'm well out to the edge of our area here. Oh my goodness, where on earth? Can't see any more at the minute. Aha, I found some more. Oh my god, that's miles away. Directly to the south there's a load. Well, I say a load, it's 800,000, give or take. More to the north. Yes, there's a bit more to the north as well. Again, not as much, but probably about the same distance, so it doesn't really matter which way you go on that. What size is yours? 400k. I found one that's 500 and 800, so we've got more for the future if we need it. I've labelled them up on the map as well, just so they stand out. Excellent. Right, let me check chemical science now. Yeah, that's good. That's up and running again. Good alien samples is going. So I think we're sorted. Just wondering if I can help increase that process a little bit, because this is going to need Oh, it doesn't run very fast. We put productivity in these, so I might as well do that for now. Efficiency, those two. Oh, is that a new recipe we can use? 7.5. Oh, I'm setting that up. That's got to be done. Look at that. 60 cotton gut and 1 magnesium. So let's see. Cotton gut. 6.5k, that's fine. Now, do we have any magnesium? No, we don't. Right, let's see how we make that. There it is, magnesium. Oh, wow, okay. So we've probably got that. Okay, we're maybe only missing a couple of things. Let's see, molecular assembler. I'm going to build it here just because I've got space around me. That's the first part, and then the second part is to put magnesium and cotton gut into a research centre. So let's build a research centre whilst we're here. Excellent. Right. Build one of each and we'll see what happens. Research centre, where's the other one gone? There it is, right. Put this down here. So you're going to make magnesium, please. And I want to input. Got 2 liquids to input. No, 1 liquid to input blood. So we'll use one of those there. We want a... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Active there, and a request up there. Okay, we don't have any blood barrels yet, so I'm going to have to get some blood barreled from one of the processes by the look of it. That surprises me. Artificial blood barrels just don't have blood barrels. Interesting. Oh, there's one research done. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so Squidron adrenal cortex is not coming. Everything else might be. Let's let that top up and see what it's missing. So it's just the blood and the Squidron adrenal cortex. Now Squidron we've got a lot of, so we should be able to get that out. And blood as well, really. Can you get some blood, Akram? How do we get that out? I'm going to need 10 blood a second short term to make some magnesium in small quantities. More to make lots more, basically. So 10 a second to start with, and then scaling up as much as possible. And in the meantime, I need to find Squidron adrenal cortex. That's literally from Cridrin. One Cridrin in a slaughterhouse. So if I just put one slaughterhouse, again for now. Can't spell. Then I should be able to just... Again, it's a very, very small chain of things I'm going to make. But it's just enough to kickstart this process so we can then increase the amount of science packs we're getting out. Because I think if we check logistics... Chemical science packs are being requested elsewhere at the minute. So we're not storing any. They're being consumed. Yeah, making 12 a minute, 18 a minute. We need to drastically increase that. Let's get this. Oh, the slaughterhouse is huge. Let's get a slaughterhouse just there. And tell it to me. Oh, here we go. I've got a fire. So choose your next victim. Oh. Cridrin. Cridrin Cortex. Okay. So you request in. Okay, that's that kind of solved, and then this outputs to a massive chest, and we just need power there, I think. There we go. Oh, I can't put Cridrin in as a module. Oh, does it take just modules? Maybe it just takes modules. No. Interesting. Ah, there we go. It takes speed, efficiency modules. Oh, that's fine. It's not ideal, but that doesn't take productivity either. Wow. Crying shame. Crying shame. There we go. That's everything but blood. And that's actually quite a quick process. I get 2 every 15 seconds, 1 every 7 seconds, and that needs 1 every 10 seconds. So that's enough to supply that one. So this little setup already is proven to be pretty ratio efficient. I just need to get blood. Just need blood. Akram, where are you? I want to come and tap your blood. You're making a cotton gut, so that's cool. Cotton guts will be very handy for... Oh yeah, so they're getting the meat, isn't it, for the myoglobin. Which is going as quick as it can up there. What's the best way of getting blood, Akram? I need some for this, but I don't want to use the wrong thing and potentially ruin a setup. Oh, what have we got? Okay, there's blood coming in. Aha, these are making blood. Ah, it's blood to make urea. Okay, so if I can siphon some of that off then, yeah? I just use a small assembler. And that should... Oh, turn this way. Turn. It's like driving a really bad tank. Down this way somewhere. Just here. There we go. So this is where the blood... There was loads of blood there. So if we do an overflow... Make each chance to 1 a second, we can certainly try. We can absolutely try. overflow valve. From chemical and above. Yeah, I can certainly try and make chemical 1 per second. Utility is going to be the bottleneck straight away. I think production science, we've got enough to do the research we need straight off the bat. I think utility is going to be where we really struggle. Oh, and the mirror white. Oh, excuse me. So this is blood. And then we just say input there, output there. There we go, let's see. Lovely. That worked alright. Let's go and check on my build. See how that's looking now. It's quite handy. Up to the top here. Where did I build it? I forgot where I was now. Here. There we go, that's making these what we're getting, 3 every 10 seconds, so it's 1 every 3 seconds I'm getting of that. And then this just needs to go into the research centre that I built. Need to move that power pole out of the way, it's going to be annoying otherwise. There we go. Let's see if this chemical science. No, that's the wrong recipe. Go 7.5. Excellent. And then all we do is put input, output. Here we go. Oh, I'm standing in my own bloody way again. This needs 1 negasium every 135 seconds, so that's what? 2 and a bit minutes, and it's crafting speed 1. Can't put productivity in it, that is stupid. That's begging for speed modules, that is. There you go, 20% faster. So that build now successfully covers that. Blood-wise, you need 10 a second, and we're providing more than enough. So this little setup I've done now, I think I can move probably into the next cell and actually make it a bit better. It's only going to fit in the middle, but that's fine. And then all we do is take this part, shift it down 1. And this is going to allow me to do this. Hopefully this works anyway. I was only going to get 3 in a square, but that's absolutely fine for what I am trying to do. Too much stuff on me again. Don't need 10 of those anymore. Running out of inventory space. Right, we need 2 slaughterhouse Mark 2s, that's fine. There's 1. This should be quite a lot of chemical science based off of... I just need to improve some of the inputs, but other than that... And then 2 molecular assemblers. Mark 2s, yeah, they're going to be Mark 2s. Waiting some glass. There's 1. That one's running. These just don't have electricity yet, that's fine. Probably for the best once I build everything up. We switch them on. Just try and work out how many it is because it's going to be 15, 20, 22 and a half every 2 minutes. 22 and a half every 2 minutes is 11 a minute. It's 1 every 10 seconds, give or take. Alright, let's see if it starts. There we go. Oh, that's output rather fast, isn't it? We probably didn't need that. One of those is probably enough to fulfill all of these, but still, it's there. 11.25 edges, Phil. Can always count you to get the extra digit right for me. I know I was close to about 11. What's that? So that's 11.25 a minute. What's that, about 1 every 10 seconds? No, it's 1 every 5 seconds, isn't it? Right, they're all working and they are now outputting. They're just slow. Speed modules in them. Oh, they got them in already, that's fine. Let's see, what's that doing now on the old... There we go, at least it's showing up on the old logistic network now, so let's check. Production 12 a minute. Yeah, it's obviously rounding it up somewhere. Actually no, it would be taking into effect the extra building that I haven't counted for, which is over here somewhere, or no, down the bottom, wherever it is. So yeah, 12 a minute. I need my calculator. I should be able to do this in my head, I'm sure. I want, oh, I can't. 60 divided by 12. Yeah, 1 every 5 seconds. I thought so. Nearly there, Akram. We're nearly there with it. I've got a second square here. I could probably just... In fact, that was built in a slightly smaller square than usual. There we go. Double it up, and that should be, yeah, 1 every 5 seconds. So if I double it up, we're getting 2 every 5 seconds, which is 1 every 2.5 seconds, in theory, if they're all running constantly. And then if I add another one, that should get it to close to being 1 a second. I don't think it's quite 1 a second after that. I think it drops off a little bit, doesn't it? I need my 3 molecular assemblers. They restock me. One. They should at least get 1 every 2.5 seconds on chemical, which is way better than we've just previously had. That should start beefing up the chemical science backlog. I think everything else is fine apart from automation, which is the first one, which we can beef up no problem. Double check it whilst we wait. 696, that just needs to be more. Going up slowly, but robots do your thing. I'm missing a slaughterhouse as well. One more slaughterhouse. And one more molecular building. There's that one. Molecular assembler. Build that way, wait for the blast to arrive. There we go. Beautiful. And that is just missing blood, which I'm going to guess yeah, it's just dipped under 80 on the output, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. It just can't produce this anymore at the minute. Okay, not to worry, not to worry. They're all still producing. Let's just check quickly what it's running at right now. When those finish, that should jump up in theory. Because that's going to be a big boost to its production stats. Yeah, making 12, using 15. No, it's not gone up yet. No, it's still working away. The blood is going to be an issue, unfortunately. Probably steal half of those barrels. There we go. I'll just keep those topped up. Get them running for a little bit at least. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect system, but obviously we're using what we got at the minute. Let's just check the sciences again. Automation needs to be upped. Military's okay, Pi's okay, production's okay. So it is science and utility that are letting us down. But chemical science have now buffed up. That will effectively keep running itself. I'm tempted, no, I can't fit another one in there, there's not enough space just there. Just too much space, I need to be out here somewhere. That's okay though, like I say, that's down to somewhere around 2.5 a second when it's running full tilt, which it currently is because it just has enough to keep it ticking over initially. So it'll be a nice little injection of chemical science to get things running. Utility science is just going to be a problem. What's automation science look like? Okay, so you've got the big one that gives you 5 of everything, the quantum computer. Oh, glassware and basic substrate for 6. Times 10%, that doesn't sound like a good. 100 times 10% automation science pack, that just doesn't sound like a... I don't understand the... Akram, you're the king on these ones. The automation science pack using cotton gut and solidified sarcoris. 100 times 10% automation science pack. What the hell is that? Not even link it. Not even link it in chat. But 15 cotton gut and 1 solidified sarcoris in a research centre gives you 100 times 10%. So that would that be literally for 100 automation science? That's an extra 10% on top? Or is it 100 times 10%, which is 1? It's not very clear what that's going to get me. I don't understand. Is it 10? 100 times 10%. Yeah, so 10% of 100 is 10, isn't it? So 10 science packs. That'd be 7.5. So what's a solidified sarcoris then? In a research centre. Okay, now I'm intrigued. There's a square here. Let's have a little look see. Have I got one of those? No. That down. See if these are possible to be made or not. See if it's something we can actually do like a really quick and easy setup for, and then not have to worry about them for a while. We want solidified sarcoris. Right, what do we need for it? Show me what you got. Basic substrate, no, that's coming, that's coming. What did it make? 3 every 10 seconds, or 1 every 3 seconds. This is a bit like the paramagnetic. There we go, yeah, we've got enough stuff to make it. Okay, yeah, let's just get that up. Right, so that then. Yeah, we just want a research centre now. Which you can put pretty much there. Probably using a bit too many cotton gut, but hey. Do that and that. And we want... Oh yeah, there you go. It tells you on here. Look, 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10. It's not confusingly labelled here. It actually makes sense. So you get 10 every 135 seconds out of that. And then all we'd need to do is request how many? 15 cotton guts, so you could just simply request into here. Where are they? Yeah, let's say, you know what, give me 50 enough. There we go, that's now producing. Now we probably can't put productivity in either of these. No, of course not. Normally I'd go for efficiency, but I'm more inclined to go for speed because they're just very big, very slow machines. That's now, is that improved by 20%? Yeah. That's ever so slightly quicker. So is that, but that's an extra 10 production automation science packs now. Extra 5 a minute. It's not massive, but that just means we could just... That copy? No. You copy from there. Do a little bit of that, and all of a sudden, we have a decent amount. I just need 6 research centres to complement it. Well, looks like we're putting a little bit of strain on the logistic network. The alerts are starting to go up slowly, but they should sort themselves out after a certain amount of time. And what are you waiting for? Glass. It's always glass. This will be interesting though. This should help boost the automation science up to a nice decent amount. What was it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 40 every couple of minutes, extra 20 a minute, so it's an extra 1 every 3 seconds? Something like that. It's almost in line with the chemical science setup now. More to go. Bloody glass. There you go, there's one. It's because it uses 52, it leaves me short. If it used 50, I can make 2 at once. Bloody recipes. Two to go, and then we'll see what this does. Yeah, no worries, Phil. Of course I will. I'll probably we'll stream it. I'll record it as usual, and what I'll probably do is make a specific, say, highlight video or something to sort of highlight the rocket. I'll label it as such, so you know which video the rocket launch actually happens in. To be honest, I think we could actually launch a rocket now, but it would have no satellite in it, so it's pointless because we need the satellite in it to get the space science. So we kind of have to, hold off. I suspect. Does it tell me? Yeah, the rocket's ready. There you go. So technically, we have officially built a rocket. We just need to get a satellite in it now, so that we can get the space science out of it. That's good, because the longer that sits, the more we'll back up on the low densities again for the next rocket. There we go. My little science project is up and running on the old automation. Making 24 a minute, which is 1 every 3 seconds, 30 a minute. Roughly 1 every 2, 1 every 3 seconds I've got on that. Chemical science is 1 every 10 seconds at the minute, but that's due to lack of blood. Welcome back, Akram. Cool, no worries, Phil. Cheers for stopping by as always. I'll be sure to build you a couch by the rocket, don't worry, so you've got front row seat for the launch. It has to be the executive couch, I think it's going to have to be moved over. Why did I build that executive couch last time, that's the question. Was it down... Oh, look at that, it's been, your couch has been upgraded with lamps by Akram, that's nice, we'll have that. We'll absolutely have that. There you go, put a couple of couches in. Yeah, you and Akram's been on it, getting you a good looking couch. There we go. Probably need some fence panels now, but I can build them. There we go, getting the network for you, and then they'll build. Now you officially have a nice big viewing platform for when we launch a rocket, Phil. Sorted. Yeah, one for Kev, one for Phil. That'll look cool in the light up. Oh, I can't change the colour remotely. I've got to change the colour on those now. I've done that though, haven't I? It's kind of like, need like to make a colour, one colour for Phil, one colour for Kev. How far is that rocket away from me? Straight this way. You change. How do you change the colour? Oh, here we go. Satellite is greater than 0. They'll turn on. Kev. Oh yeah, Kev's got to be red. How do you make it go colour? I thought you could colour these things. Do I need a combinator or something for that? No worries, Phil. See ya. Just messing around with your light setup. Oh, I've got a bit of rubbish in my inventory again I don't need. Oh. Yes, is that what we need? Oh, what is that we're waiting for? I know Binary was looking at that and he said there's something we need to get that perfect sample up and running. But I don't know what it is. I also have absolutely zero idea how to make something hook up. All I want to do is make it change colour. No, it's not a constant combinator. Okay. Is it the decider? No. If anyone knows how to make a lamp change colour, I'm completely open to ideas. I thought it was dead simple. I was under the impression you could literally just tell it to change colour. I've seen people build things with all sorts of fancy colours on them, and yet here I am, unable to change a light colour. I mean, what's that about? I'm sure it's dead simple. Now turn on when that's above 0, which is fine. But it won't change colour. I honestly thought that was a really simple setup. Antiviral drugs, is that going to be... growth hormones? I remember hearing about that one, how that one's a bit of a pain, but it does help get more, get better creatures, which is obviously a must. Well, so far the lights will come on when the satellite's built in the network, so yeah. We can't build a satellite yet. That comes from that research, doesn't it? Which, yeah, it's 2,000 of each. It's going to absolutely cripple the base. What's that? 350 and 350. That's moving. The 350. That's moving fairly quickly, to be honest. Well, let's check out automation science. 672. What's production like? Still using more than I am making, so to be fair, my little setup is nice. But it is far from enough. Where's yeah, it's going, it's just not producing as much as I'd like it to. Plastic, optical. Let's have a look at plastic. Oh, plastic's out basically. Let's see, where are we? Oh, actually, what's the recipes for plastic? Because there could be a point now where we're at and saying, oh, you know what? I can make plastic this other way. There we go. So you get 15 out of nylon and refined gas. 20 out of that. So 20 is winning. 20 out of that. Ooh. Oh, that's a good recipe. 20 is acetone, sulfuric and ammonia. 3 relatively easy things. And 20... Okay, so either casing in hot air, or I think acetone, sulfuric and ammonia is the best way. So I bet we've got all that on the network. In fact, that this one not making, oh, it's working, it's just not a lot going through them. Okay, where am I? I'm by the rocket, so let's head back over here. Seems to be doing well building around here. There we go. So, was it a mixer? I'm sure it was a mixer. Let's see if we can't do a little bit of mixing. Two of those just in case. It should be fairly straightforward. Looks like it's mixer. I need 3 fluids. So mixer and 3 fluids. You need to have 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, we've got plenty of those. So you're gonna want space there for input, input, input. Empty acetone. Empty sulfuric. Empty ammonia. That's what they'll be. In, out, in, out, in, out. So that's input, 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 output, output, output. Okay, and then we've got a mixer built yet, or is it still going? We should have. Oh, here comes the first one. That was slow, very slow. Nearly done. There we go. Right, put that. You have to put it somewhere here to get enough pipe space. And we want to make, I've forgotten what it was, plastic, 20 plastic bars. Oh, typical, look at that. Right, it's okay, we can just flip this round, so put that there. That was fine, this just needs to be acetone. Of all the ways I could have built it, I built it the exact opposite to the way it's set up. It's absolutely my luck. That to there. Just do that because that just looks cool. And then the output, how much is the output? 20 every 10 seconds, that's 2 a second. So I'm wondering if maybe a mini loaders would be better. With a power pole, there we go. Okay, they appear to be pulling. Ammonia, sulfuric, and come on acetone, where are you? Wait, what? Seriously? Click too fast when you're good. There we go. Now we don't have green signs. Ah. Right, these only need 10 a second, 30 second, 10 a second, so I can run a few of these off this. So let's just do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Right. You need to... What's the easiest way of doing this? Okay, maybe doing this was the best idea. Can get that from there to there. This is gonna be proper pipe spaghetti, but okay, that covers that. Yeah, okay, now this sorts it because you do that from there. Ah. Box is in the way that side, isn't it? Sulfuric is going to be a pain in the bum. And this one's going to just go from there to there, there. There, so I can do acetone. Yeah, it's sulfuric that's struggling. So let's see if we were to put it. Okay. That works. It's by far not the prettiest thing in the world, but hey, if it works. It does work. Beautiful. It's not pretty, but it works. I'll be damned. That's now 20, 40, 60, 100 every 10 seconds. So that's effectively 10 plastic a second coming out now, if these can keep up, which they should do for now. And in reality I could actually build more of these, as you know, this is not a bad setup actually. I kind of like that. Let's see, what's the alert say for plastic? Under 1k, let's check. That's at -6, -4. Will it go upwards with that, or is it just going to be stuck around -6, -400? It is only an extra 10 a second. Oh wow, there's some massive usage. Get the feeling we're going to need to double this up. Put it somewhere else as well. Looking at it. Right, it's getting closer to 0 on each tick. See if it gets below the 200 odd mark. -300. No, we need more. We need to increase the piece. It's slowly backing up. One more might can set up green science. Yay! Let's have a look. What's that called? Logistic. Right, what have we got for this one? We must have a better setup now. That gets you 1. That's the big one. That gets you 6. That gets you 2.5. 5, 7.5 and 10. So cotton gut and paragen. Right, what's a paragen? Okay, artificial blood we're good on. Biosamples and glass we're good on. Cytostatics I'm not sure, and subcritical water I'm not sure, but they're research centres, so to find some space. Let's go down here to the left a little bit and just take out the row of power poles if need be. They aren't being used for anything, they're just literally in the way. Okay, research centre. Might get you Paragen and then another research centre for the cotton gut research. Okay, so let's build 2 of those. We're missing glass. Yeah, of course we're missing glass. There we go. Right, so let's build it. Let's start in this corner down here. Paragen. I need the 2 inputs for one there and one there. That keeps them separate as well. What the hell is that called? Artificial blood and subcritical water. Artificial blood. Subcritical. It'd be amazing if we've got these on the network. I know we've got artificial blood available, just moving on the network. But then everything else comes in. Via a box. Outputs via a box. Right, let's find out what we are missing. Input. Oh yeah, I forget about limiting stacks. Not very good at remembering that, I do apologise. No, we want 5,000 of those in the network, obviously. Okay, subcritical water, that doesn't surprise me. Ah, artificial blood is good. I just need subcritical water. Okay, let's see. Subcritical water comes from pressurized water and a fuel rod, or pressurized water and hot air. Pressurized water and hot air. That's absolutely the easiest way of doing it. Pressurized water is just water into a pressure pump. Let's do pump jack and a pressure pump. That gets you pressurized water. And then the hot air comes from a... Oh, I've done this before somewhere. I've done this hot brick setup for... What was it? It was really easy setup and you just use the bricks to go back and forth. Where did I make it? It was up here somewhere. Ah, hot air. Lovely. Oh, is it barreled? We're not barreling hot air, are we? Hey Tony, how you doing? That's output of that. We're not. Oh, we are barreling it. Oh, fantastic news. don't need to worry about the hot air, I just need to get the pressurized water, the water into a pressure pump, nice and easy. Where's the pressure pump gone? I need that. Put that there. Water out. Just home from work. It's Sunday night here. Won't be long before I'm off to bed for work tomorrow. Ugh. Boo. Monday mornings are the worst. Stay up as late as I can just to try and avoid it. Takes 200 water every 2.5 seconds, and that's putting out 300 a second, actually 600 a second, so I think I can get that many out of it. Yeah, that's true. At least I don't have to work weekends. This is very true. Thankful for small mercies and all that. There we go. Then I just need hot air in. What was it? Hot air and pressurized water into a heat exchanger. Okay. Let's see then what happens if we do this. So I should be able to build, take one of these, put it about there, and say you can unload hot air of all things. It was a bit weird unbarreling hot air, but there you go. Put it that way. Then we put the output of this way. With this, and then this all goes into the heat exchanger to get subcritical water. Okay, the heat exchanger is still building, fair enough. Okay, and this just needs inputs and outputs, so we'll do in and out. Get that on the go. The heat exchanger. Okay, let's see if we put you just there, and you need to make for me subcritical water. Okay, and what I'm thinking is actually there we go, with a little bit of power. And then subcritical water can just come around. Where's it got to go? To be fair, I was going to barrel it up, but actually it seems like you could actually remove that and just keep this in a little, almost like a closed loop. Yep. There we go. Aerogens. 1 every 3 seconds. Then all I need is my second research centre to be, let's say, behind it here. Surely I've got one. I thought I built. Oh, Acom's been upgrading me. He did that on the fly. Is that in line? Oh, bugger, it's not. Right, this needs to build. Come on, build it back. There we go. This then is taking that and making that. So 1 paragon and 20 cotton gut gets you 10 logistics. That should just be a straightforward, not active. Could be as simple as that. This thing should be pumping out the paragons at quite a good speed. Yep, it's put 60 out already. So given that, I should be able to just copy and paste that now. Oh, it's not annoying that it hits that hitbox. Okay, let's see if that... I will have to move that up one. I cannot let that stand. It's an atrocity. I don't move it up. Simple as that. It's got to be done. Yeah, power up for that. You just go there. Two research twos. Oh, missing lots of glass for that. Let's build a research one first. That should solve that problem. And we just need a bit more glass. There's another one. Okay, so these... Alright, do these take productivity? No, of course they don't. Any of this lot take productivity? Nope. Efficiency it is then. Oh, actually, I was putting speed in there, wasn't I? One more research centre. Oh god, we... When I started the alerts tonight and there was only like 2 on there, I was thinking, oh, that's really good. We're now absolutely beasting stuff because we're making so much stuff, so it's all going back to being out of stock again. Never mind. Never mind. Hey, Injacira, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everybody. Welcome to our Pyanodon madness. I am pleased to report we have a rocket ship. I also have a viewing platform. Feel free to take a seat on a wooden crate. The lights will light up once the satellite is built. We're unsure of how long that's going to take at the minute because it seems to be a bit of a chain of stuff in the recipes. But we have a rocket. It is ready to rock and roll. The satellite is all we're waiting for, but we're currently trying to fix our science productions because we realise you need 2,000 of every science. So you need the red science automation, green science logistic, chemical science the blue one. I think you need military as well, I'm not sure. And then you put fishing for the achievement, yeah. You need 2,000 production and 2,000 utility. And we were struggling a bit on chemical, automation and utility. So we're currently doing some research up here to help utility science because this is all going to help towards animal growth. Automation I have just done over... How did I do it? Was it here? No, here. Nope. I just built automation science. Here it is. And chemical science here. In 2 little squares. Oh, They're really laggy, are the frames. So this is our chemical science rebuffed with the best recipe you can get. This gives you 10 every 2-ish minutes on each one of these. So there's 60 science packs every 2 minutes here if they're running at full tilt. Although we are struggling to keep up with the demand on some of it, so it's not 100%, but it's better than what we had by a huge amount. And the same for automation. We're now using, oh look at this, actual beacons down as well. So these are, if you use, it's like 10 cotton gut and something sarcophagus type thing, this pink looking thing in the box, and again you get 10 every couple minutes. So this is an extra 40 every 2 minutes, which is now flying along because this beacon system is ridiculous. We check quick look at the sciences. Automation, we need to get 2000. Chemical, we need to get 2000. Military is okay. The Pi one's okay. Production's okay. Logistic, I'm literally working on now. And then utility is the last one, but we need some more research for that because it is phenomenal. Akram's beaconing up this setup for me as well. Brilliant. Yeah, it's a little bit of a waiting game. It's not 100%. We are able to still build and help the production. So our focus is now shifted into what research do we need to make the animals better. Because with the animals, once we've got more of those, we can slaughter more. Basically, we can get all the bits we need for the various researches. You need skin, you need blood, you need all sorts of meat, etc. So we're very, very close to getting that set up. And once these are done, the animal life should go through. Yeah, brains as well. Absolutely brains. All the good stuff out of the animals, basically. Once they're done, we're then looking at just topping up all the sciences. And utility is the one that benefits the most now from the research. Everything else we can do by just crafting more. I mean, take chemical science for argument's sake. We've looked at it and said, we've run out. What's going on? All we needed to do to kickstart it was get more biosamples, which was just a mining operation. Set up one mining site, that's it, that started again. And now I've just increased it by using the other recipe to make it better, so it's worked out alright. Now logistics science. I've just created this little monstrosity. Oh, that actually looks quite good, and with beacons, I kind of like it. Although I am quite surprised we've got that many beacons available. So we're obviously now increase the speed, so this should give us quite a lot of logistic quite fast. So that's nice. Just involved making a few little bits down here to get it into the main show. So we're now pumping out science packs way faster. Yes, there is the actual recipe we're using. I'll show you this one here I've just built. So obviously the one you usually get at the start is, where is it hiding? Oh no, on Paragon, that's what I want. Logistic science packs. There you go. So that's what you normally get. Your 10 automation, your next light, your brain, small parts and crude oil. That's your starter one to get one logistic pack every 15 seconds. You then got the, I say the ultimate one, the big one that comes when you get quantum computers, because you need quantum computings to get it. But if you build all of that, you get 5 every 30 seconds of every type, which we are still going to try and do. And then after that, you go into the cotton gut. So 4 cotton gut and 1 paragen, which I've just built the paragen here, which is fairly straightforward. That gives you 2.5 effectively every 2 minutes. More cotton gut gives you 5, more cotton gut gives you 7.5, and then top end, which we're using, gives you 10 science packs every 2 minutes, or give or take. Which is actually really fast for us now because we've beaconed it all up. So these are actually going at 6.4 crafting speed, 5.6 to 6.4. So these are producing a lot faster than that. So it's definitely on the way up. The automation still needs more. Chemicals on the way up. Utility and logistic will back up shortly because I've just built it. It's not quite caught up with itself. It's going to need a little bit of time, I suspect, to... Yeah, there we go, 10 minutes. 330, so we were making more than we needed. And that should take care of itself quite nicely. Like I say, utility science is the next one, but that's the one we're really struggling with because it just takes so much to produce it. I think Akram linked a recipe we're looking at. The perfect sample, there it is. That's what we need to really help with utility. You need all of those different things. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different items, and I believe most of them come from animals. If you look at all of those different parts, they're all animal parts. So hence why we're now researching antiviral drugs. I think growth hormone is next. Yeah, growth hormones, so we can just basically inject all our animals with crap and then harvest all their organs at like 100% better rate or whatever it is it comes out at. I'll take that, definitely. I'm no butcher, but I'm sure injecting them all with growth hormones is absolutely fine and there'll be no side effects whatsoever, so that's great. And that'll fix utility science for us. I think utility is actually dead at the minute. I'm not entirely sure it's going any... Oh, 1 a minute. 1 a minute. Might as well be nothing at this point, but yeah. Right, I think it's all the way up in this corner still. If memory serves, it's somewhere. Here it is. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 items in. It's got everything in apart from, yeah, the gene transfer agent, which was waiting for one other item. Actually, I want to say brains, but I'm not entirely sure what that is. GTA, Grand Theft Auto. Oh, come on. Frames per second has dropped terribly again tonight. It's such a mess of stuff, it's really struggling. Oh, a Dilmo egg? So again, it's another animal item. So the end game here is heavily dependent on animals. So the sooner we can get all the animal stuff sorted, the better off we'll be, basically. But yeah, we're looking good. I mean, I think at the minute, the way it's going, the rocket launch, I mean, it depends on the satellite how long it's going to take, but really hoping we get to build a satellite this week. Get it built during the week, and then we'll make a big sort of song and dance about launching the rocket with a satellite in to get the first space science. So if anyone wants to reserve a seat on a wooden box, you're more than welcome to stick your name in the hat. If you want to know when it's actually going to be launched, check out my Discord. I'll obviously post it on there with a bit of notice so that you're all aware. I think it's going to be quite a nice big moment for us in Pyanodons. I mean, this is, I want to say 5 weeks Friday now, I think it was. This is day 27 of streaming. So, I mean, day 27 at 2-3 hours a piece. Plus the days in between where the guys have been on and I haven't been streaming. It's been a lot of hours. There's been a lot of time in the making, this has. We're about to get antiviral drugs, which I'm not sure how it affects us yet, although I'm pretty sure Akram is probably ready and waiting to do some upgrades with that, because it looks like there's some quite good stuff there. There's growth hormones, gives you growth factor. That's going to be great. And then it just improves all of this stuff by the look of it, all these different animals. It's all animals. All of it's animals. Yes, that's right, the rocket is utility science, so it's not quite the end game, but it is probably a nice big milestone for the end game. Basically, once you're launching rockets, you're getting the stuff you need then for utility science, and then that's the stuff you need to put in the quantum computers to get the actual end game. But as we've already got a quantum computer built, and a rocket silo, and a rocket built, the satellite is pretty much the last key component for us getting all the way through, and completing Pyanodons in that sense of the word. It shouldn't take that long. I would say I'm hoping this week to build a satellite, but I have no idea on the numbers, so it's one of those things. Yeah, basically, I always class the rocket as the end game in the spiritual sense. If you launch a rocket, you've completed the game, as it were. The fact that Pyanodons moves it on one and says, no, you need the rocket and then the bit from that to make the next thing. Fair enough, you know, we'll play by the rules, but launching a rocket is, for us, a very key and just nice moment to say, we launched a rocket in Pyanodons. We did it. That's what I want. There's not many people that can run through a Pyanodons run and get to this point. Like I say, most people bail at the second signs in. It's just too much. And I totally get it, because it is full on. Absolutely full on. Just going well.
Hey, how's it going? Did I miss
Hey, Kev. How are you doing?
I had completely forgot about everything, and then I just like, oh yeah, we're gonna launch a rocket tonight. What happened?
We're not launching it yet, you'd be pleased to know.
Oh. Where you go? So y'all had the rocket.
We have the rocket ready. We're just holding fire because obviously we want to put a satellite in it to get the space science and such come down from it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
So
yes, we could launch it, but we're not going to benefit from it if we do at this point.
So y'all still have to build the satellite? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what we're attempting to do some research, get the science packs a bit more beefed up, because you need 2,000 of them to basically get this research space science pack for the satellite. You need 2,000 of each.
Jeez. Y'all are going for like the most ridiculous recipe ever. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
Have you looked at that recipe for that satellite?
What does it need? 100 low density, 50 rocket fuel, 100 solar power. It's the same, isn't it, as normal?
Is it? I seem to recall that it was like, what is it, like 100 radars or...
Nah, 100 low density, 50 rocket, 100 solar panels, 100 accumulators, 5 radars, and 100 high-tech circuits, apparently.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
That's not too bad. I say it's doable.
Really crazy.
The worst part is literally going to be getting the 2,000 utility science packs. The rest of it is pretty much flowing nicely. Utility is nowhere near, so I think Akram's setting up ready for... We're just researching growth hormones now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just here, I'm fully expecting my bachelor's in chemistry from launching a rocket. That's absolutely right. With honours, I might add as well. Right, where was I building? Just double check my build is going okay. Can't remember where I built it now. You know, when you build something, you lose it. Oh, I haven't labelled it up, that's the problem. I'm a bugger for that. I build something and completely not forget to label it up afterwards. Down here. No, you know what I've done with it. I've lost it. Oh, I should have labelled it up when I had the chance. Not that. Not that. Is it up here? That was the plastic. And I built the greens. Here, there we go. There's the greens. Directly above me. Need to label this stuff up, man. Let's put another little marker on here. Logistic science. There we go, so I don't forget. And then over here I did plastic. Yeah, we've improved a few recipes tonight, Kev, as well, like the automation science, the green science, chemical science. We're using the cotton guts and an extra product for each one, like I think it's paragens and then something else for another one. we now get like 10 every 2 minutes rather than the rubbish that was 1 every 30 seconds or something.
Did you do red science or?
Yes, done red, green, and chemical science so far off them.
Okay. I think.
Automation science. There we go. That's the more label. Oh, I built this as well. What was this? This was cyanic. Cyanic gas? Cyanic gas, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, oh, cyanic acid, I was close. There we go. Okay, that's 200 in there. 200 in there. Yeah, logistics science. Not logistics. Yeah, logistics science is now backing up lovely. Chemical science is at 1.1k. Yes. Considering that was at minus 500 at one point, it's now 1.1k in the plus. So it is just utility science. That is literally the only thing holding us back from getting the recipe for the satellite. So I honestly think this week we could easily have that. With a bit of reworking, a bit of refactoring on some of the animals. So we're getting more production going. We could boost the utility science up. And then once that's going, start the research, wait for the satellite to come, build a satellite, and off we go. In fact, I'm half tempted to put down a box for the bits for the satellite next to the rocket. Just to sort of, as a prepper. Just because, you know, I'm so excited to get this. I want to be prepped and ready, so we're ready to rock and roll. We're like, yeah, here comes a rocket launch. So 100 low and 50 rocket. Oh, come on. Sit there. I want 100 of those. You rocket. Oh yeah, you have to excuse my crafting screen. I've not set it back from doing my speed runs, and unfortunately it ends up in one big massive list of stuff. Because it's beneficial for speed running, but not for Pyanodons. But I've found that searching has become like a new way of doing stuff, rather than changing it back every time. Although having said that, I don't know how many of you are aware of this. There's a secret settings menu in the settings of the game. I did not know existed until I needed to change some settings for speedrunning. If you go to the settings, hover over it, hold Control and Alt, and then click on settings, you then get a button appear at the bottom of your normal settings that says the rest. And that has some additional like tweaks you can do in there. And the ones I use is use item groups and use subgroups. So if I tick them back on now, go back in, it now puts everything back into what I need. And obviously when I go back to speedrunning, Control Alt click the rest, take them off, and voila. So if you didn't know that, top tip for the evening. I'm not sure what else hides in those settings, to be honest. I've not really looked properly, but so latency you can set, you can change your port, chunk sizes, minimal modes, blueprint storage, non-blocking saving, force enable Factorio version check. You can change a few things, you get automatic scaling, sound distances, graphic settings. You can change some things in there. A lot of it's stuff that I just look at and go, well, I don't know what they are. But yeah, don't change these things if you don't know what you're doing. Most of these are not validated, so basically you can break stuff. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. That's a super secret hidden menu of settings in the game. So if you didn't know, if you learned nothing tonight with Pyanodons, you at least learned that in the settings menu. So if you ever decide you need to change things around like that, like if you do have to take up speedrunning for argument's sake, that's where you change that setting. That's good to know. I didn't know until someone told me when I started. So 100 solar, 100 accumulator. Ah, okay, 1 second, let me try. So if you control shift F on an item, you get extra info about it. So let's see if I do control shift F. Wait, control shift F. Oh, ooh. Tells you what it is, what it's under, what it's called. Got an ID. Tells you all about its all the info about it, literally max health. Yeah, I suppose for the modders that's pretty useful. What's on control shift E? Oh, all the way up my radio capture software popped up at the side there, like, hello, did you want me? Did you want me? No, I didn't. Wow, prototypes. Searching for efficiency modules. There's modules. You get. It's the items subgroup. That's quite cool. There's things you didn't know about the game. It's kind of interesting. Like all this random hidden menus and whatnot. It's like, what? Okay, there's accumulators on the way down. Five radars and 100 high tech. Easy. And then 100 high tech. There we go. Press the efficiency module. I think I've got an efficiency module here actually. Yeah, do control shift F. All the way down. That's not what I was expecting. Oh my god. That was absolutely the last thing I expected to see in the message box. Oh my god. For anyone who can't see it or can't read it, it actually says in the limitation message key, lick my balls. That is completely random. That's hilarious. I wonder if that's like a leftover legacy thing by one of them being funny, the developer being funny, or just someone just having a laugh somewhere, really. Oh dear. Oh. Oh, I was not expecting that. That was hilarious. Thank you for that random nugget of information. That's brilliant. After this research, you need to switch to higher tier science recipes. What? What does that mean? Ultimate moon drop. Oh my goodness, there's all sorts of... Oh, here we go. Oh, 40 cotton guts. So you get 20... Oh, we're going to get 20s and 10s. Oh yeah, I need to go back to my science setups and get ready. Credit goes to Blue Banana 3 for telling me about it. Oh, credit goes to Inja Zero for telling me about it. Thanks for spreading the love on that one. Sharing the joy. Because that is ridiculously hilarious. There's no need for that one, is there? But yeah, at the same time I appreciate it because it's that proper tickled me, that did. Oh dear. Of all the messages, it's just absolutely the last thing I expected to read there. Oh, I need to put the kettle on. Alexa, turn on plug 1. I nearly forgot last night and got told off. Baby could wake up for a feed at any time, and if the kettle's not boiled, I'm in trouble. Hang on. She beeped to say she'd put the kettle on, but I did not hear the kettle. The kettle is not boiling. I will be back in a second. Then I'll be ready to change these recipes as well, because that's going to be the next thing to do. So bear with me 2 seconds, I will be right back. Okay, that's that sorted. Kettle is actually on now. That was a bit of a nuisance. I didn't flick the switch down. It's all well for automation, but if you don't actually turn things on that do the job, it's never going to end well. Right, and here comes our biased mutation. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to increase this recipe here. 15 cotton gut and 1 solidified sarcoris to 20 cotton gut, and then we're going to get 20 red science packs rather than 10. So this is pretty huge. It's a big leap forward again in terms of producing science. So this is going to be a really big help for getting everything out the door quicker. Oh, then here we go. Yeah, right. Change that to... There you go, so 40 cotton gut and 1 solidified gets you 20 automation. Can I just change that on the fly? Hey, it does. Yep, there we go. And if I just then pick them up, I think I might pick them up. There they are, cotton gut. Most of that, let's just get that back into the network. What else don't I need? So much rubbish on me. Okay, there we go. That's now doing the 20 version. That's doing the 20 version. That's doing the 20 version. So all 4 of those are now doing the 20 science pack version. With the crafting speed we got, we're working at about 4 to 5 times quicker. That's a lot of science there, so that's 1 done. Chemical science, right, so this one might struggle because we were struggling for blood. That's the only thing we haven't got for this one, which may or may not be useful. But if we take that out of there, change that to the 10 version because they're currently on the 7.5. There we go, and then come over here and do the same. Just dump all that back into the network because I don't need any of that. Lovely, that's chemical science done. Then the wonderful logistics science that I've just set up here. This is the same, so we're currently doing the 10 version. Swap it out for the 20 version. Dump the cotton gut back and the paragen stuff. There we go. 60 cotton gut a time on that lot. That's fine, that's delivering more than enough. So all of those are going now, so we've now just upgraded automation, so red, green and blue science to 20 every roughly 2 minutes, but they're all then speed boosted to sort of 5 or 6 speeds, so 20 every, I don't know, 30 seconds or something crazy. Let me see the science packs in here. There we go. So you can see after over 10 minutes what they're doing. And loads of those, plenty of those, plenty of those, plenty of those, plenty of those. Utility is the only one that's really struggling. We are using a lot more automation packs than we're making at the minute, but oh no, we're not. Yes, we are. Huh. 70 to 81, so there's still a bit of usage going on. That's because they're used in other packs, so it's a bit of a catch-22. It looks like utility science is the crippling factor. If Akram's still about, if he knows what research to do next. Can't see him on the server at the minute unless his name's well hidden. Yeah. Oh, he left, there he goes. So you had to go, have to research, switch to higher tier science recipes, which I've done. I wonder what are we using for production science? I think he said everything chemical and below can be more. Let's just double check. Production science, what have you got for that? Is there anything better for that? So that's likely what we're making. That's the all-encompassing one. Wow, that would be the new recipe to get 6, but that I suspect we haven't got this stuff. Therefore setting it up would be a bit too much. I would guess that is going to be the same for utility. Yeah, for utility you need all of these bits. However, you can make it out of this one, but perfect samples come from an absolute massive chain of animal stuff, which again is massive. So that would be 3 every 20 seconds. We're getting 1 every 20 seconds. So it's one of those things. It's not the end of the world. We just need. Let's have a look. What's in the queue next? Like, what does it affect? This is just literal effects to getting Mark 3 stuff. Atomizer Mark 4s. This is all like upgrade stuff. Improving bone recipes on that one. Orexigenics? Don't even know what that stuff is. What's that one? Recombinant. I can't even pronounce that one. Erythropoietin, I think. God knows what that's used for. But again, there's a load of stuff here where you get lots of improved recipes. So the question might be, do we need that? No worries, Tony. Cheers. I'll probably catch you in the morning my time if you're on in the morning, in the night your time. Depending on what you're up to. I'll log on from work. Extract lard, so you get more lard. There's a lot of research we could do here for improvements to the animals. Full renders, you get better renders, so you get better brains, etc. There's an absolute shed ton of stuff here, man. Anacondia. Again, that's just to give you improved recipe stuff. Oh, what's the big giant eye? A surveillance center. Big Brother. What on earth is that? Military science. Must be to do with the biters then, which obviously we don't have because we turned them off because they're a pain. Singularity energy extractor. There's nothing really down here that looks anything special like, oh, we need that. There's all Mark 4 buildings, which again, Don't really need. The only one we do need is this one. Build this one. Really want to build this one. Going. Go on. Oh, my finger slipped. Oh, oops. Oh, what happened there? That way it will start building. That way we'll start getting towards the satellite. A satellite. Got all the bits in the box here for the satellite. Yeah, look, it's going green. All the bits in the box here for a satellite. All we've got to do is put a little building right here. Put that there. Give it a spot of power. And this, I don't think we can actually put a satellite in there yet, no, because it's not set up yet. But that's ready to rock and roll now. We can just put straight in. Satellite will build. We plonk it in there, we launch it. Job done. Look how fast it's going, look. This science is going. I know it's not technically the end game, but it's bloody close. And then we can work on the next thing for... I don't even know what the next thing is for after quantum computing. The stuff we need. Shielded singularity. What's that thing there? Fracking rig. If there's anything that looks like it'd be useful. This is all high grade recipes for high grade stuff. That's all military stuff that we don't even need. What's that? Oh look, blood recipe. See, that'd be quite nice. But I think you need... must be another blood recipe further up. Which there's not many recipes that we can actually build now that we desperately need, so... yeah, I think I made a good shout. We've already upgraded all the stuff we can. The production science is okay. Everything below we've just upgraded to the best recipe we currently have. And the utility science is running at the speed it's going to run at. It's just impossible to make that better at this point without really stripping stuff back, so I'm not too worried. It might be a bit of a slow build, but I mean, look, it's going pretty fast considering it is 2,000 packs. I mean, look, it's already moved out that far. Interested to see how it goes in the next 24-48 hours. So I'm sure Akram and Bitfrotter will be on over the next little while to see how it's going. Yeah, our alerts are getting a little bit higher, but I'm not too worried. We'll see how that goes. We can always stop the research if need be to catch up, but I think short term getting that rolling is a good idea. So yeah, I think that's a good place for me to call it an evening. Dgray is still streaming. He's been going for over 5 hours, and he is our main competitor. So I am going to raid him and drop us all on him, so we can all say, we've got a rocket, we've got a quantum computer, and we're now researching space science. And what have you got? Not that I totally want to rub it in or anything, but I do want to rub it in. So we're going to raid him. So thank you all for joining this evening. I'll probably be on tomorrow doing a bit of speed running, and then Tuesday, Wednesday will be Pyanodons days to just absolutely hit it and go crazy. So I hope you can all join me. If you're not already following, please feel free to hit the follow button, and if you want to find out more, feel free to join my Discord, where I'll be announcing when we're launching the rocket. So yeah, take care, have a wonderful Sunday evening, Sunday morning, depending where you are in the world, and I'll catch you all hopefully tomorrow. Till then, take care.